In last week's episode, we took our rims and painted them in preparation for the new tires that we were going to have installed.
We even managed to get our van safetied and fully on the road again.
So, folks, this is the paperwork here. We got a safety, we're fully legal. We can now drive this thing whenever, wherever we want.
This week, we're back to working on the inside of the van and finally get our bed installed. So there's all of our slats.
If you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so to follow us along on this journey. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
What you doing?
Trying to get the strap off.
This is the rest of our wood for that guy. So this is the majority of the wood that we're gonna need for our ceiling and our bed.
Basically, this afternoon our plan is to rip this in the table saw down to what we think is the sizes we need. And then we can put it on our bed. Anyway, it's really exciting. We went to the mill, the local mill here, and you can see this right here. So that's 3/4 of an inch. And we're actually gonna be putting some pine on our ceiling, but we just didn't want to lose all the headroom. So we got this milled down to 1/2 inch. So, I mean, 1/4 of an inch, big whoop. But if we can get an extra 1/4 inch of headroom, we may as well. So that's what we did. And then we're gonna further put these through the table saw to get the exact size that we want. But we're looking good. Let's get this stuff unloaded. Take 2. So, we have got the wood bed.
The bed slats.
We just got the bed slats cut. They're about 2 3/4 of an inch wide. And basically they're not gonna look exactly like this. We're actually we cut 2-inch spacer blocks, but we need to cut 2 1/8 spacer blocks. And basically every one of these is gonna be like about 2 inches from the next one. And then the mattress is gonna go on top. Oops, sorry camera girl. So basically we're gonna have spaces between each bed slat of roughly this. And that's gonna allow 2 things. One, it's gonna allow the mattress to breathe so that we don't get mold or mildew or whatever happens underneath the mattress in a van or a camper. Apparently they get really moldy if you don't have ventilation. So we're going to leave lots of space for ventilation by leaving these gaps, but also with the way that our bed slides in and out, You can kind of see it actually working right over here. Not intentional, but it just happens to be doing it. They slide within each other. The idea, so these ones would be fastened to the actual bed sliding piece, and then this middle one would be attached to the bed frame itself, and it would just alternate every other one. So the plan would be that it kind of, when the bed extends, that's your bed extension. Our ceiling slats are going to be the exact same width as our bed slats. So we're going to rip those in the table saw now, just while we have it set up at this measurement. But basically, ceiling slats are going to go up, and then they're going to be stained to match our countertop that we have upstairs, I believe. So yeah, we're gonna go cut our ceiling slats the same width as our bed slats. Let's go cut those now.
Okay, we just finished using the table saw and we wanted to cut pretty much everything that we needed to cut with the table saw tonight because it's supposed to rain for the next few days. So we finished cutting our ceiling slats to the right width. We'll still have to cut them to the right length, but that's fine. We can still stain them and do that stuff now. And we also finished cutting our extendable slats for our bed, which we'll show you guys in a minute. So these are also done. And we cut this piece, which is kind of going to be like our headboard for our bed. So there's this little groove. I don't really know what Nick called it something.
I think the proper term is like a dado.
I have no idea. We cut this groove that will fit the kind of ends of our pine slats for our bed. So it will give some rigidity on the end, and it'll also hold our mattress in. And then it'll look nice from the back too. We'll see like this end from the back.
So yeah, we're gonna stain that to match our ceiling boards and our countertop and everything. So that
everything with the saw is done.
all right. So
this is how the slide out function will work. So these are the smaller ones that we cut, which will be attached to the sliding piece. So Nick can pull it out and you'll see.
So like these gaps right here, those will always be there as ventilation. So then we pull this out to the full extension, and as you can see, these pieces here remain a part of the extension. These pieces here remain a part of the main frame. So these will remain gaps, but when our mattress is on there, I really doubt you would ever kind of feel that, because it's really
that's where our feet. That's our feet will be down there. So.
Exactly. And even if it was our heads, it's like 8 inches.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal. I think we're doing really good. This is exciting. We got our bed here. We're looking good.
Yep.
This is awesome. I'm excited.
Clean up time.
Clean up time. Alright guys, so as you can see, we are all cleaned up here. Just got everything packed back in the garage here. We've got everything basically out of the van as well. We're good to go, we're all set up for tomorrow. So anyway, we'll catch you guys tomorrow in the morning. Alright, wow. This place is a mess. Welcome back, guys. It is the next day, and we're just getting started. We took a little bit of time off this morning just to kind of figure out the plan for today. We have that figured out. I'm bumping and everything. We're back out in the garage here. We have that pine. I believe we left off yesterday. We brought all that stuff inside. And just as the weather was forecasted, it is pouring rain outside today. So we're inside. It's actually really cold in here. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to paint upstairs rather than downstairs. Now the reason we're going to do that is because we actually have a wood stove up here. So
we're gonna fire this guy up, get a little bit of heat in here so we can do a little bit of painting. But anyway, that's kind of what we're up to. All right, so we got the whole upstairs here, plenty clean, as you can see. We have now got lots of room for us to do our painting. So Becky's gonna sand all these up and get them ready for paint. We're going to, Becky's gonna get started on sanding. I'm gonna run into town, grab some clear coat and firewood. And I'll be back, and then we'll keep going from there. So Becky's taking over.
So I'm just taking like a very lightly damp, like it's barely even wet. It's just kind of damp, and wiping these down so I get all of the dust and stuff off from sanding. And then Nick's on his way back out with the paint. So, well, it's not paint. It's like sealant. And then we can start sealing all these wood slats for our bed. So that's what I'm doing.
Alright guys, I just got back from town. Becky managed to get everything sanded up really well and basically ready for paint. So we did end up actually taking a router quickly and just routering the edges. I'm not quite sure if you can see that. Yeah, you can see how round the edges are there. And really we only did that because we just don't want this to, I don't know, no sharp edges I guess. I don't know. We thought it would look a little cleaner, so we ended up taking the 5 minutes, it took like half an hour. But we took our time, we did it, it looks really good. So we've got this polyacrylic, I don't know, it's just clear coat basically for the pine. So we also routed the edges on our pine slats. We're going to put some of this on every one of these, and we've got that whole stack as well right there. So I'm gonna probably throw you on time lapse and get started rolling paint. Welcome back guys. We just got all the boards for the bed painted. They actually have 2 coats on them. Anyway, Becky's just painting the fridge box and our divider wall. So I'll show you those. This is obviously the divider wall that's gonna go between the garage area and the main kind of like kitchen / living area. There's a little hole there for the diesel heater and our little pass through. This is obviously the fridge box. It's on its side at the moment, but everything's looking really nice. Here we have all of the slats for the bed. They're actually relatively dry. We can probably install those here in the next little bit if we really wanted to get them in today. But anyway,
Question.
that was kind of a question / I kind of want to see these go in the van today. So maybe we'll put these in. Alright, so we just got all of these slats installed. So now what we're doing is we're just nailing in the pieces that are actually going to be on the slidable portion. So this is our first one. So the bed pulls out and that remains there. So that's kind of what our mattress is going to sit on. So
Bed pushes back in. Bed's put away. So hopefully it works as well as it is thought to. So anyway, we're just gonna keep going. It's getting quite cold out, so.
That we bought, well, okay, it's like a foam topper we bought last year for camping purposes. So I think it's 4 inches thick. It's got like dense foam and then it's got memory foam. So that went on top of all of our slats that we have. Let me just lift this up. So there's all of our slats. The bed's currently extended, and the mattress pretty much fit perfectly. It's a little off center right now because we do have to trim that back corner, but this is what the mattress looks like. Probably looks silly.
What the hat do?
I have my collar tucked up so I can tuck the thing underneath.
Jeez, you really aren't getting any bugs in there, are you?
I know, I got you.
Yeah.
Got the battery.
Perfect. Was it at the end?
Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna cut this clip.
Done. First try. So.